Hello everyone, I am Joanna and now I talk about the total physical response method or the TPR method. The TPR method is an approach to language teaching developed by James Asher. This method is based on the idea that language learning resembles the process of acquiring one's native language where children learn to understand and then speak before learning to read and write. The fundamental principles of the TPR method include number one, action based instruction. A student learns through action and physical response to the teacher is common. And the second is comprehension before production. The student first understands instruction and the meaning of the word and phrase, and before acting to produce them and think solves. Number three is use of typical commons, of physical commons. The teacher gives commons in the target language and the student responds physically by performing the action associated with the common. The number four is emphasis on the listening. The student developing listening skill by paying attention to the teacher's verbal instructions. And the last one is pressure fried environments. Is very relaxed and pressure-free learning environment is created where students can learn naturally and enjoy value. And the another is an implicit grammar focus. And while the main emphasis is on the comprehension and physical response, and grammar is taught implicitly through repetition and contextuality use of the language structures and use of repetition in practice. The student repetition and practice action and words in the different contexts to the reinforce learning. And another is activity student participation. The students are very actively participation in the class by physical to responding to instructions and engaging in the role-playing activities and simulation. These principles combine to create a dynamic and effective learning environment that promotes a user and practical use of the target language. Well, the advantage for these methods are natural learning process, focus on the comprehension, activity student participation, relaxing learning environment, and promotes retention. In the case of disadvantage are limited for certain learning types, focus on oral comprehension, difficult in assignments, and dependency of the teacher. Okay, and limited for advanced skill and development. In the case of the techniques for this method are some gaze or some physical commands. The teacher gives commands in the target language and the student responds physically by performing the associated actions and simulation activities. This is very common in the classroom. The student engage in the simulation activities and simulation different situations where they apply the target language in practical and realist context. Another example is a role playing. This technique is about the student take on specific roles and scenarios to practice language using its everyday situations, and repetition in practice. This technique is emphasized by is a play or regular repetition and practice of action and words in the different contexts to retain learning. Another is use of the physical objects. Physical objects and visual material are used to support language and comprehension and practice. In use of techniques are game and song. For example, Simon Say. Simon Say is very common for the children and is a game very funny. And one example in specific is the game Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes. It's very funny and involves every student in the classroom. The teacher says, raise your right hand, and all the students raise their right hand. Then the teacher says, toss your left shoulder, and the student their left shoulder. This kind of activity in practice vocabulary and instruction and while actively participating in class. Okay, bye.